Okay, so today we're going to be checking out Hydroneer. It's not the first time I played this game, but it's been a little while. The gist of Hydroneer is it is an automation game of sorts, that the way you make money is you're effectively like panning for gold and all that. It does have farming and other things, but the big thing is you dig dirt, you put it in a bucket, you get it wet, you brush it, and you get stuff out of it. And then you automate that process and you scale it. Now, it doesn't have the level of depth of, say, like Satisfactory or Factory or those ones with the sheer complexity of it. And it does have a bit of jank, but it's mostly the endearing kind of jank, like physics doing physics things versus like pathfinding going to crap kind of jank. So with that said, we're going to pop in here, and we're going to check to see what accessibility options we have. We have played this game before, so most of the stuff is already set up. So the big ones is for people who stream, you got a max frames per second you can set. Most of the other stuff here, motion blur off, gross. So you can disable the motion blur. You can adjust the field of view. That's a big accessibility thing for people with motion sickness. That can be pretty big. And then, you know, being able to turn up and down the graphics for those who are financially not in a good place for being able to do that. You do have all your audio settings and your subtitles and your size of subtitles. You can change your input settings. You can turn off head bob, which again, that's a good motion sickness prevention thing. All right, so we're gonna start a new game. Save name here. Play, and I can say playing with chat because that implies multiplayer. It says streamed run take I don't know. All right, Steam Cloud save and new game. So yeah, so when you okay, it's just being a little weird when it opened up. So for those who haven't played this game ever before, the very basic behind the game is pretty straightforward. I find my shovel, which I think is over here. I get my shovel, and I go here and I go dig, and I go to my I think I go in here, and I dig a little dirt out, and I put in this thing. I think it's 3 is full, right? No, it's 4. All right, so now I have this. Let's get this brush out of the way. Get this brush out of the way. I can put it in there, and I get that wet. You're supposed to pour the water in, but that works as well. And I get my brush to go scrubby scrub, and if we look, I got myself a fancy piece of gold ore, and a fancy piece of iron ore. Ooh boy. And that's worth a little bit of money, but as you can imagine, 2 tiny little hunks of rock, not exactly going to be winning us a lot of money. But you repeat that and you make more money. I'm also going to grab this because I'm going to want it when it gets dark. Okay, and there's some tricks you can do with this. I'm trying to remember. I think I could just drop that in the water. Put that here. And it does have a thing where the deeper you dig, the more valuable it is.
Thank you Flemsneezy for subscribing for 14 months. I do one family visit and cross-country road trip and lose my sub streak. How dare I go outside and visit national parks?
Thank you Flemsneezy for the Prime Gaming sub. I really do appreciate that. And that's so sad. You lost your streak. That means you gotta go for another 13 months just to get that streak back. But thank you again so much for that support. I really do appreciate it. You could use that Prime Gaming sub anywhere on the platform, and you chose to use it here, and it does mean a lot. So thank you so much for doing that. I do hope you're enjoying your advertising-free viewing as well as access to your emote. And while it did cost you your streak, I hope you had a good time spending time with your family at national parks. I did notice, speaking of things that take for absolutely ever, I did notice Mr. Lamper UK has passed 400,000 or 450,000 zombies in his record run, the one that beat the run that beat my record. And I was doing the math the other day of how long it would take to do that, because I just took how... Come on. Don't be this way. You can do better. There you go. I did do the math on how long it takes to do that, because I think his character's been alive for, was it 3 years and some odd days? And I was doing the math, and I came to the realization it was over like 700 hours worth of gameplay. And I was like, sitting there doing that, I was like, okay, if I were to ever try and beat that record, what would it take? If I were to stop everything and just stream Project Zomboid, how long would it take that if he just either said, I'm done, or died? Like, how long would it take to tie it up? And it was like 8 months. And that's a streaming 11 hours a day, 6 days a week. I was like, yep. Even more nope than it's ever been. I do think that's a record that's going to just stay there for almost ever now. I actually don't see someone taking that record from him. I honestly don't think he'll beat his own record after that. I think even as he goes with the Ultra Marathon, with as long as that's taking, I don't see him continuing to do that again. Alright, so we got a bunch of rocks. Let's take it over here to go get ourselves stuff to make our job a little bit easier. As I mentioned, this is an automation game, and it is pretty typical in these automation games. All right, I can't sell it here. I sell it up here. It is pretty typical in these automation games that when you first start, you do everything manual. It's slow, it's tedious, and then you make the machines do it.
Give me this, and I'll give you my tokens.
What was that colony game you were playing the other day? I know we played RimWorld. Yeah, I need to get a second pan. Oh, the 3D. Oh, Going Medieval. Yeah. Oh, I can't sell that. That's not sellable. Yeah, Going Medieval. Going Medieval seems like it's very promising, but it is early access, and for the moment, it feels like it's pretty easy to kind of abuse the. I'm putting that in the wrong spot. Need to put it up here.
You know, digging deeper will get you the best resources.
Thanks, ma'am. I'm glad you are subtly telling me game mechanics. It actually is something I do appreciate, even though I'm saying it as if I'm being sarcastic. Because I've played this before, so I know that. But
Crafted product fetch hefty prices.
yeah, so I get a bucket so that I don't have to do these one by one. I should have left them in the pan, because I could do that. And the last time we played this, we got to the point that we had basic automation set up. But I am intending to go farther than that. I think we did that in one stream as I had like the very basics of automation. So I put all that on the desk and bam, 61 gold. Woo, money. I wish they did it more unobvious ways. Like, do you have any handcrafted item? I'll pay more? Yeah. I don't mind it as long as it doesn't get super duper repetitive. I guess would be my big concern. Like, it is good if they remind us once in a while about it, just in case a person happens to miss it the first time.
Come have a gander.
As long as it's not something that's a constant issue. Alright, so we can start buying tools from him. I am going to buy an extra bucket, because that'll make my life easier. And I cannot afford a lot of the other things I would want here. I am like dying here. Oh, right. I am going to want a bed.
Huh?
The game doesn't have survival elements, but it does have night, and night does get dark as hell. It's probably good to start with. Oh, yeah. No, they have, if I'm not mistaken, there's wanted posters for Let's Game It Out in the game. Alright, so I have to grab my money off the cart, which is over here. Yeah.
Thanks for your business.
Yeah, no, let's game it out. Definitely took this from a game that's kind of like in the background to people actually hearing about it. Which is, again, a reason why a lot of games do pay to sponsor streams. Now, granted, I don't believe the initial playthrough that Let's Game It Out did was sponsored or anything like that. But later ones were, oh, right, that's right. You click on it, you do that, and it puts on the grid. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember, like, I believe you can set this. That's not setting it. I believe if I put it like that, I can make this work a lot easier. I'm doing this way more complicated than it needs to be. Yeah. So like in a lot of these games, early game is that's fine. Early game is a lot of manual. There's ways you can bypass a lot of this. There's like fishing as a mechanic to get money that's not too bad. But very quickly, we're going to turn around and start automating some things. The first thing I'm going to automate is I'll get a water line. That what we'll do is we'll have water just drip, and then I can put this pan underneath it. It's good enough. When I put the pan underneath it, then what I'll be able to do is not have to like manually refill it with water. It'll just drip water into it. So it'll save me that step right there. We'll also get a crucible very early on. This looks like a speedrun. Oh no, like, speedrun, I'm sure people have all sorts of absolutely absurd strategies. This is just me trying to make it happen. Would you stop? There you go. And later on, I won't have to fight with the wonky physics as much. But you do get to a point that you start making it so you have water-powered mining drills and all that, and... Here, let's see what this fetches us. You can also find rubies and emeralds and all sorts of stuff, and you cut your gems and whatnot.
I ain't doing any refunds here.
Alright, there's another 100 something. Okay. So let's check what we're saving up for so far as getting our pump. Because we need an inlet pump, or we need a couple pieces of tube, and that should be what we need for the first step. So the intake pump is 36. You can probably actually do that right now. Alright. So let's go ahead and get that set up. I'm going to need to go to the cart and grab the rest of my money. Mostly because I want the cart to bring stuff back. And that big truck there I can also use. And when we get along farther locations, I'll definitely use it. But like right here, it's just easier to use this. Just don't drop the coins in the river. But why? They have clean coins. Alright, here we go. You can combine money piles by doing that. So I've got 128 to my name. So I need the intake pipe, that's 36. I'll need at least a couple of lengths of this. That's 80. That's fine for right now. Grab the casting mold, even though I can't use it yet. Look, you have an anti-gravity bucket. Oh yeah, this game, like I said, the physics gets pretty wild. There's 6.
I got the goods if you got the cash. Huh?
And the reason I grabbed that mold is later on I'll grab a crucible. And what I can do with the crucible is I can melt that ore down into blocks. And if I melt it down into blocks, I could then sell it for more. So instead of just getting them the hunks of ore, I can give them the finished ingot. Alright. So now let's grab the inlet. Can I go all the way up here? Wait a second. Wait. Does that even work? It does not. I was about to be like, that shouldn't work. I probably have to go here. Okay, so it is working. Good enough. I actually wanted to stretch out farther, but I need more pipe to do that. So you can go here. Drop our glowing crystal things there. That'll be where we keep our money and all that. You could just send the dirt over here. Yeah, so physics in this game gets really weird. Yeah, so now you see that that's filling it up by itself. So now I can save myself a couple steps by going dig, 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 drop it, grab you. And then, where's my brush? So I've saved myself the point where I quickly like go over and like drop the bucket in the water. It's just automatically doing that. So next thing's to be like getting 100 something gold for the crucible. Because if I do that, then I could turn them into ingots for a little bit more money. And the next move after that would be setting up the very first level of automation, which is just going to be having that water pump go over here. And physically just having it run a drill. Because once I have it running a drill, then I don't have to dig anymore manually. You don't have to worry about those buckets and all that, trying to get them placed. Okay. Oh, if you didn't catch, like when you drop items in buckets and all that, when it hits the bottom, physics no longer apply. It kind of like glues it to the bottom. Just double check things. All right, so let's go sell those and see if we can't get ourselves a crucible. Please, air conditioning, I really need you to catch up. It's so hot in here.
Don't care where it come from. If it's got value, I'll take it.
So cool, 136. It's up to 142. You can turn off. That is a good point. Oh, yeah. I'll turn on a light so I'm not sitting in a cave. But instead of like my normal like lights I use for the green screen, I can just turn on an overhead light. So a nice, really low power LED light, as opposed to ones that have to project a lot more brightness. Oh, it's so weird having that light on. I only usually have it on my days off. Right, to 142. So we need the crucible. Smelter thing. 104. That's for sorting stuff, which we'll do later. That'll be for crafting with the anvil. I can't afford the anvil yet.
Thanks for your business.
Alright, so I won't be able to afford another one on top of that. Where's my money? There it is. I keep forgetting when it's on the cart, it won't drop into the bucket, it'll drop onto the cart.
Take a look at my goods.
I actually do appreciate the weirdly sticky physics of if you dump on a cart, it's just like velcros into place. It makes it viable, Versus, like, you probably noticed with Farming Simulator is it's not that bad, but it is one of the ones that you load stuff up onto your cart, and then just, if you drive around without doing the thing that disables the physics, it just gets real wonky real fast.
Huh?
Actually, that one can stay on here. This one gets positioned over by this. Don't have another length of pipe. There it is. That might be good. I don't know if it is. We'll figure it out. Don't worry, I can just send the fire. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Where did I put my little... There it is.
Huh? Huh?
Nope. Let's try repositioning this whole thing. Does that still work? Nope. Just trying to reposition it such that I can get the can underneath it. Yeah, so I can if it's far up here, up this spot, I can't dig. The game's going good, we just started. So it's a little too high for me to dig.
Huh?
That's the reason I wanted to reposition over there. Alright, so we take that. Now I could try, so I still can't dig there, so I can start digging here.
Huh? 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 Huh?
It's always... Because you can't, like, just put it on the ground. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. Go set that up there. Can make a little scoopy spot.
Huh?
Technically passes. And then the reason I'm using this instead of just shoveling directly in there is if you watch, if I shovel directly in there, I believe it can only put one dose in versus 4. I don't know why it's that way. Probably just to give this little bucket reason. All right.
Huh?
I don't think they made this game multiplayer. It's those things that just immediately thinking, oh yeah, if it was multiplayer, You could have one person who their entire job was just dump that brush, while the other person's just aiming for your little cup and just chucking more in here. Can I get a shout out for Allison Adventures? I've been playing a lot of Project Zomboid and all that good stuff. We're checking out all that good nonsense. It is co-op? Okay. I know there had been talk about it, I just didn't know if it actually had happened. Yeah, so I could definitely see where it's split screen multiplayer only. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so again, you're looking for Project Zomboid. That's a place you can find it. Not that I feel like it particularly needs multiplayer, but I could definitely see that you could get a lot of success by just having a second person to save you from switching your tools. Good enough for me. What else progression? Yeah, so it does bring in automation. It's like right now where I'm doing all of this manually. The next big thing I'm going to introduce is I will probably introduce... It can go a couple different ways. I could introduce like a drill or whatever. Alright, let's grab that out with our bare hands and sit on the grass. It's fine. That's gold. 1 second. Game. Do this real fast. So I'm doing now is I'm splitting up the gold and the iron for making ingots. Later on, I'll automate that too. We'll just have a thing that I dump all the ore into, and then it will separate out one, like, I'll have the one that says this takes out all the gold ore. It'll take out all the gold ore, and all the rest will get passed through. 4 stone ore. I don't know what you are yet, so I'll set you aside. An uncut emerald. We'll set that aside for a moment. Because I'll do is I'll save that till I've got a wheel for smoothing it, so I get way more value out of it. Put the little power gem thing over there. Use those for various machines later. Can't actually sell them if I'm not mistaken. Alright. How are the ratios for making ingots, etc.? So it is one of those things that you put those in, and it just changes the weight of the ingot. No, Ian, Mac. Tell the storm to go away. Tell it to reschedule. Alright, so now we go like this. And we got ourselves a fancy, freshly molten, we're going to put on our fabric bed, ingot of some amount I don't know. We got an ingot there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit that in the ground. Sit that in the ground. I'm going to take this over here. We're going to aim a little bit back. Drop all the gold in. Put it back on the fire. Core ore. Alright, same deal. Pour that in there. Put you here. Grab the core ore. I think I missed it. Oh no, it's there. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we got 3 different bars now. So that's cool. Let's grab our tiny little bit of money. And see what we made this time. I like thunderstorms though. It has been warm. It's nice to get some rain and fresh air. Yeah. I would love for today have been a very, very rainy... That's actually probably why the AC... So for those who didn't catch, my AC stopped working today. There's a very easy solution. It's just the drain line got plugged. That's a very normal thing that happens in tropical areas, or warm... I should say warm and humid areas, not necessarily tropical. In warm and humid areas, because what happens is the end of the drain line is kind of just exposed. And so it's a very, very damp area with heat, and mildew goes, perfect habitat. And so what ends up happening is you get mildew growing in the end of your drain line that clogs it up, and then you just... It's not hard to deal with. You do stuff like you put white vinegar down, bleach down your drain line to help get rid of it. You gotta be careful with bleach because it can be damaging of some components, so you gotta make sure it goes down just the drain line and not through the AC. But, another time you can just, like, shop back it out. And it's gross, but it's just one of those things. So I'm dealing with that. Yeah, so we have here... We have... the harvester that breaks dirt chunks into resources, and then this which pulls up the dirt. And so those are like 300-400 each. We got our repair kits for them because they do take damage over time. But in the meantime,
Looking for something?
you can pop over here. What do I want or need? I don't think I care about making them into handcrafted stuff yet. I probably will want to do that. I will need a filter, and I will want a water valve later on. Oh, so I want this. That'll let me cut the rubies and such into better stuff. Oh, got an achievement for buying items.
Huh?
Hey, Zoeside. Yup. Taco Bell doesn't usually do that to me, but when I do barbecue, that's that way, where it's like, I had things I want to get done today, and then I ate barbecue. Now it's getting real hard to actually do those things. I don't think I should trust an animal as its own natural ski mask. Okay. I believe air conditioning is a luxury. Even if I could afford an air conditioner, the electricity bills would be tragic. Yeah, so, it is one of those things here in Florida that, like, genuinely, houses can be very unsafe to live in without air conditioning here because just how hot it gets. I dump the water out just so I make sure I know I got good placement. And we're good. Oh, and there was an emerald over here, right? So I can grab you and go... Now I got a shiny emerald. Yeah, like, it's hot enough that, like, for example, here in Florida, if you do not have running water and running power in your house, it cannot qualify as effectively a livable... I forget the terminology for it. Basically, you cannot have people who live there. Like, it's one thing, like, go into a cabin and stay there for a weekend or whatever. But as far as, like, long-term residents, it's straight up not allowed. Because as hot as it gets, it genuinely is very unsafe. Like, if you think of RimWorld where a heat wave comes through and then people die of heat stroke and all that, that is a genuine thing that happened back in the old plantation houses. And those were designed specifically to try and let air blow through them and all that. Not fit for habitation, correct. That's the term. So again, you could have something like a cabin or something you go for a couple of days and that'd be fine. Just like a tent is fine kind of thing. But as far as like long-term residents, you wouldn't be allowed to have something that doesn't have power or whatever. You know, it says it's over 100 degrees for a couple of days. I'm a good test for my water-cooled PC. Yeah. So like every house here has air conditioning. It's just with the humidity and the heat. Like people, it's one of those things that when a hurricane rolls through here. Hi.
Hi, now it's only 84 degrees.
Ooh, we're 2 degrees cooler since we fixed the issue.
Yeah.
Well, bypass the issue.
Bypass the issue. Since we jerry-rigged the issue.
No, I mean, all it needs to be done is
Eyes burning sign.
someone has to go out with a shop vac and hit the drain line.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
It's not fun. It's super gross.
I so looked it.
I've done it many a time. Super gross. You have. I wasn't trying to say you haven't. It's super gross every time.
Can I get you anything?
Probably another drink. I assume I'm gonna drink more than normal today.
I will get you another drink.
Yay! But yeah, I was saying is when it comes to like hurricanes rolling through, basically hurricanes, the actual storm itself, really is a low rate of fatality with very rare exceptions. Like sometimes when there's an area that there's really bad storm surge and people don't leave, that can get bad. But outside that, very few people actually die to hurricanes directly. What ends up happening is hurricanes wreck everything, and it's people dying of like heat stroke and all that after the fact. That's what actually is the thing that gets a lot of people. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it's like people whose yards got totally trashed and they're out there for long hours with no power to turn their AC back on, getting super duper overheated. That's where like the real danger lies a lot of the time. Again, not counting people like right on the shore with storm surge. Are you crashing? Long save. What's happening? There we go. Is just really hanging there for a moment, figuring out what it's doing. Oh, and for aiming where you're dumping stuff, ignore where you think it's gonna go. Use that little dot. Like, that little dot's where it's gonna hit. That doesn't mean it'll stay there, but that's where it's gonna land. Okay. One other thing that can help is getting multiple of these. Said stop it. There you go. Just because by getting multiple of them makes it a lot easier on the sorting side here. Because I have 2 of these sitting right next to each other. Now I cut emerald. And now it's a cut emerald. The music's making you think Skyrim? Yeah, after a while we'll end up switching the music just because it does get repetitive after a while. It's super chill music. I'm pretty sure it's the last iron in there, so I think we're good. So you go on the fire. Hey, Perry, how's it going? Come on. You're thinking Oblivion or Lord of the Rings? Alright, so we got 2 emeralds and a couple of bars. Okay. Yeah, we'll turn on our music in a little bit here.
Fetch me some scrap.
He's like, fetch me some scran. I don't know what the heck a scran is. So what was the interesting thing that Toon was telling me about earlier? That, so like nowadays it's kind of just the norm that a lot of people be like, okay, girls pink, boys blue. That apparently, like, if you go back to just before World War II, that wasn't the case. It was actually red was boys, and then pink also was boys, and blue was girls. So you think of like the original animated Peter Pan, for example, that closer aligns to what it was at the time.
Shiny, but you need a keen eye to value it rightly.
But that it was a whole thing that like red was associated with like blood and fierce and yada yada yada, whereas blue was more like what? Combine, please. There you go. 415. Not enough. Do you still have a coin in you? No, you don't. But it was like World War II, it switched. And as best that Toon was able to figure out, the reason it switched was effectively marketing. So it's just kind of an interesting thing where it's such like a cultural thing now that like everything girls pink, everything boys blue, and that only became kind of a thing
Could do with some scrap.
in like the last 100 so years. Like before that, it was effectively the opposite for the most part. All right, let me do that stretch real fast. Built on himself are more than bars themselves. Yep. All right. So I've got my 2 pans. It might be worth doing the hand sorter. All right. It might be worth doing the hand sorter to separate the iron and the gold out. And I believe that requires power or water. I believe it's a water inlet, which does mean to do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I definitely need to hydrate more than normal. So some of the things I need to do. So I have 415. Realistically, I'm going to need to go over here. Because I need a filter. Because the water that comes through is considered, like, not clean water. Oh, yeah, the lighting helmet. That's fine. So we got the pressure tank. That's not what I'm looking for.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
Because I wanna get these, but you need the filter. I think it's in the other town, yeah. So let's see. If I remember correctly, I think the other town is this way. Let's grab the truck. Let's throw the money on it and grab the truck and go. So for right now, little wagon, you're getting retired for the moment.
I need something specific.
Got adjust to driving this after doing Farming Simulator so long lately. Because this drives more to what I'm used to, where the wheels turn almost instantly. Versus Farming Simulator, like in real life, it takes time for the wheels to slowly turn. So if you just try and, like, you know, back and forth shimmy real fast, you don't realize that you haven't quite got the wheels turned as far as you need either direction, so you just keep pulling backward and forward and getting really confused by it. Now remember, the other town I think is right over here. You can buy a bunch of vehicles. You can take scrap and you can do stuff with it. Yeah, I think it's this store on the right. So you have a whole bunch of stores here.
Lad,
Don't mind me. I'm just mooching.
come have a gander.
Okay, so building a house. I don't care about that. Who needs living conditions when you can make money?
Don't mind me. I'm just mooching about.
We got decor. We have conveyors, which we'll use later. I don't have the setup for that yet.
If you got the cash.
That's a pressure gauge. So there's an inline filter, so I need that. A water valve will be good as well. Oh yeah, the magnet. I forgot how useful the magnet is. We can't afford it right now. But the magnet's a really good one later. Because you'll end up having situations where you actually spill stuff everywhere, and it's a big pain to pick it up unit by unit. With a magnet, you can get around that. Logic lever, logic gem compressor, funnels, a casting mold. So yeah, that's a smelter where I don't have to sit there like dump stuff in and move it back and forth. I can just have it feed into that, and then I just pull the lever and bar pops out. Alright, can increase water pressure. Okay, so we've got that. Now, this game's interesting in the fact that like the automatic mining drill and the that you actually can't buy them except for the very first time. You have to make them using materials. And you get those materials for doing this kind of stuff. We have 156. So I've got this, so I can turn on and off the water when the filter's a problem. Or if I mess something up so I don't have damaging stuff. I've got this filter, and that makes it so that the water doesn't damage your machinery. It gets all the crap out of it. Alright. Don't think I want everything else here right now. So, I don't know the difference between the dull shovel and the common shovel. I assume where the dull shovel, it takes me 4 separate scoops to fill up one of these. Maybe it only takes 2 or 1. The point is, I don't have the money for it, so it doesn't matter. But what we're going to do here now is I'm going to drive back home. But we're going to stop by a shop by our house, and I'm going to get a T-junction and probably another straight pipe. Oh yeah, you can just totally slam into people. It's totally fine. Oh, and this uses a steam engine, so you'll notice there's a little water reservoir on the top. I do periodically have to refill it. The best way to stop settling in the game. Yep, slam into something. Right. Luxury saying your stuff still can get damaged. Even if you do have the filter on, it's just way slower. The point is, you want the filter to avoid constantly having to repair stuff.
You reckon you could get this for me?
No. We have 156. And now you'll be able to buy a thing there, but that's fine. I need a T-junction.
Take a look at my goods.
Grab a couple of these.
Huh? Huh?
Just in case I need an elbow, let's grab that. It's kind of one of those things, I know I'm going to need those anyways eventually. So even if I get more than I need right now, it's fine. Oh, and if you try and just drive out with the goods, you leave the little box it's in. I can't remember if they like fall out of your hands or they disappear or whatever happens. You used to have all sorts of ways you could just, like it was just checking this one spot to make sure you didn't steal. You used to be able to do stuff like be able to like huck them over the wall and all that. People found more and more ways to abuse it, and so the devs kept fixing it. I don't know if I even need this yet, so go ahead and just set that up here. And then for the moment, yeah, that just lets me turn off the water if I want. Yeah, so water's off, water's on. So I can deal with that. Part of the thing about extending that so far over there is it let me dig farther down and just have it drip down into like the really deep hole to deal with it. Get better ores. There's our water filter for when we're dealing with that. Okay, so we didn't really improve the automation side of this at all, but that's alright for now. I've got the pipe set up, and I've got the filter for the next stage of doing the automation stuff. Just a moment, we can put this here.
Huh?
Too bad you can't sell the crystals? Yeah, it's fine.
Huh?
Oh. I'm trying to... Let's see, enroll. Yesterday I ate 3 meals for the first time, and I can't remember how long. Well, that's good.
Huh?
The body struggles to operate without food. All right.
Huh? Huh?
And for the moment, we just keep on digging. Primarily been working on one. Speaking of food, I need food. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing for dinner. I didn't
Huh?
think to say anything to Toon about one or the other. She'll probably end up figuring something out since she's home right now. And like during the week, I have to, I mostly have to figure it out. With rare exceptions, like sometimes I'll ask her to like, if she wants to get Taco Bell or whatever else. Yep. Nope, I'm aware. You still mentioned Taco Bell. It's just one of those decisions you make that you just have to live with the consequences of.
Huh? Huh?
All right.
Huh?
Let's grab her crucible. Grab you for putting the iron in. Gold on this side, iron on that side. Right now you just sit in the dirt. Sapphire. All right. And later on, we'll automate all of this. All right, so there's the gold. We'll grab the gems. We put in with our money. Oh, and I forgot. There's I think it's a hammer later you can grab that you can lock stuff in place. So that, you know, you don't accidentally sit here like with this pipe and actually I keep picking up the pipes. All right. Just gonna run up here real fast, sell this. And I still haven't decided what machines I'm getting first. There, I need more than that. I feel like I want to get the machine that I put the dirt in first, and it spits out the things you gotta brush. I feel like that's the better move first. So you have 352.
Get this drill down low for the good stuff.
And the reason I'm thinking that is that I could just put the dirt in, it spits out some gems, put the dirt in, it spits out some gems, you get the idea. I obviously want both right away. Alright. Then next we'll get the auto driller. Because that makes it so I don't even need to push the water for this anymore. Alright, so with that, I kind of don't need a lot of these other things.
Huh?
Keep accidentally picking up. Okay. Can you just leave your money in the shop? Will it disappear? I don't think it'll disappear or anything like that. Alright, so now with this, what I should be able to do, let's go boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see I missed a gold nugget here. And we can go ahead and do this real fast, which is to make a place to collect all this. All right. You just go down there. Okay, so in theory what should happen is I should be able to go right here. That's not what I was aiming for, but that's okay. Please give. Yeah, but it spits stuff out. Cool, and I'm assuming it can't just go like this. Nope. Yeah, I can put a bucket to collect it. I don't think I'll be able to line it up, though. Alright, so about there. We'll see if I can. So it's like right around here. That way I could deal with this. It's better if you had floors. Yep, but I don't have floors yet. There we go. We'll try that. Mixed results. It's better than nothing. Later on, we'll, later on we'll end up going and saying conveyors. So I have, like, the automatic drill It conveyors up to this, drops it all in there. The ore pops out the other side. We have filters that then separate from like iron and gold and whatever. Then we have like the crucible things that automatically process it. That's later on. Right now we're in that early phase of just trying to get literally anything working. It also saved me the awkward, you know, filling the bucket, running up here, dropping it off. But again, all of this is helping because now I no longer need to fill the pan with water. I no longer need to brush it. All that kind of stuff. But as I mentioned before, one of the catches is you can get your first drill and your first one of these things by just buying it. After that, you have to make it at, there's like a forge. You have to like bring certain supplies to it.
Huh?
Yeah, use the crystals in a lot of machinery. Do stuff like increase the water pressure, so on and so forth. But it also helps because then I don't have to stage a bunch of stuff like you see where I'm doing this right now. I have to keep picking this up and keep lining up so it at least stands up mostly straight. I did not know you could smelt the crystals. All right. Okay, so let's turn this thing off for a moment. So how do we do? I'd say maybe about half the stuff actually got in there. Let's grab the crucible. Try to save spave. I don't... what? I just got to separate it anyway, so whatever. Okay, iron goes there, gold goes here. Anything else goes in the third bucket. I do think one of the earlier things we're going to do is we're going to get at least the drill and all that working. That's fine. I'll deal with that in a moment. Can't quite get the angle I need to drop stuff in there without moving around a bunch.
Huh? 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 Huh?
Huh? Okay. Let's get you in a position to make the next bar. Yeah, let's see. It's got to be the safest place to in the Gold Rush era. Just casually putting ore and rough gems on the ground. I mean, if you see a lot of the stuff during the Gold Rush and all that, it was actually fascinating. Like, the mining towns just ran so much differently than you'd expect. Now, part of the thing was they were usually by themselves on their own, where you didn't have to worry about someone showing up for the most part, because they're just in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Well, that's not what you want to see.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Alright, so I need to now try and fill it up while it's sitting in there. Half of them missed. It's not really what I was aiming for, if I'm being honest.
Huh?
Okay. Like, get that last ingot done. Put gold in the iron. I mean, that's okay. It's too late now. It happens. It does mean I don't get my money's worth out of it, but that's alright.
Hey there.
Hey, blood.
You know, digging deeper will get you the best resources.
Would you?
Know, these items are appraised by multiplying the base price by its weight.
Would you please combine? There you go. You know you can resmelt bars and such, yes? I haven't had a reason to do it, but sure. It's a new type of super ore. You call it vibranium. If only. Alright, so we could get the mining drill. The only catch with getting the mining drill right now... Actually, I can't afford the mining drill. I was going to say, the only thing about the mining drill right now, even though I can buy it, I don't have a means of getting it to that yet. I've got the conveyor, and as I recall, I want to say the conveyor costs like almost like 200 a unit or whatever. And I'll end up needing like 4 of them or something. Alright, so I'm gonna try setting that there. See how that positioning goes.
Huh?
Keep hitting the wrong thing. Hey, it looks like it actually hit. All right. I'm trying to remember if the drill just sitting over the ground drops it as loose dirt or if it repiles. I think it drops as loose dirt, which means I might actually be worth doing without worrying about the conveyor. Because if it drops as loose dirt, I can still pick it up by hand and just huck it in the machine. Which is still not the best. Loose dirt. Yeah, so I can still just pick up the end. Like, it'd be like if I did this. So I've got this. Just go to the machine, go. We've just mined probably like 1 or 2 more sets just to make sure we have it. Yeah, no, I don't believe it actually consumes the dirt. It has to sit on dirt to work, but like it doesn't consume it. Versus this here does. Which, of course, your me thought would be like, oh man, that I should dig as little as possible. But it's like, you go down a little bit, you get better ore. Yeah. That's the reason I have kind of this like little cavern thing I'm working on versus just digging the surface. Okay, so let's not push too hard with this. So, hardly perfect. I just realized, I think when we went and did all that, I didn't take the time to, process the 1 gem. Sorry, it was just 1, so it's not too bad. Okay. Let's see. Oh. This time of pizza was a $10 whole, where then what I normally get, I got it the same way as I always do. $10 being more or less, because, oh, we missed a gold. Turn this off in the meantime. Just reduce the damage that happens to it. Okay, so I should be able to get the mining thing.
And I'll give you a token.
And like the first time, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the mining nearest to the top, just wherever I can get at to it quickly. Just so it'll be easier to automate later.
Here it is. The more
And then down the road, we'll I'll expand on it to go deeper down, get better payout. It's just going to get sorters and conveyors and all that to get it operating to make it less labor intensive. Come on. There we go. The 607. That's 175. Right now, I'll chuck you up there. Grab you. Okay. We're gonna need to move some stuff around. So grab you. Grab the elbow. That's not what I want.
Huh?
All right. Just a shovel. Okay. So this is gonna spit stuff out over here. We're gonna try our best to manage it. Like I said, what'll happen later is this will go into a conveyor belt. We'll put it through a sorter, and then depending on what it is, it'll go to like a thing that automatically cuts the gems, or it'll be a thing that automatically smelts bars. We're not there yet, which is why in the interim, I'm making like, effectively like a little cup here. So all the gems and all that being spat out don't go literally everywhere. I can kind of scoop them up into one general area.
Huh?
I don't think that bucket's lined up, but we should be able to get the other bucket. We can go toss this in. We'll actually put it on the cart. Okay, so I definitely need, I believe, a straight and another elbow. No, I definitely need another elbow. Actually, if I can get 3 elbows... Yeah, 3 elbows should let me lower that down and make that not as bad. Let's try for that. Alright. At 175.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
So 1, 2,
Huh? Huh?
3. That's 75. Let's grab another T. How much are you? Alright, so I can't afford that right now. That's fine.
Huh?
Because I was thinking worst case I could do is if I start getting a lot of ore and I don't have everything hooked up for automation, I could still use the hand sorter and just spill all the ore onto it with one of the things in the filter spot. Okay. This should start to get interesting. So I don't need this elbow yet, or this yet. We will need it later. You're moving.
Huh?
There we go. So there's you. There's you. And you. Get these out of the way for a minute. Where's the shovel? There's the thing where it spits out. Maybe. Let's go ahead and just as a precaution. Help block it in. Just so we don't run into a situation of gems getting absolutely everywhere. Because you can get like the magnet wand thing to deal with that, and it works, but it's like 500. Alright, so in theory, this should all be working now, so you just walk over here and go click. Did the dirt go? Just as hoping. So let it fill up, then we can dump it in, and repeat. They've got a very, very early automation going. That's fine. So something is going to end up needing is the mechanics tool for when these things start to break. That's not what I wanted to see it do. Okay, if I was to conveyor belt this up, I'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 conveyors. So I think that's a bit over 1,000, like 1,100, 1,200. The next setup would be setting up conveyors, so I don't have to manually run these back and forth. Which should take 5 conveyors to do that. Actually, hang on a second. We can make this way better. I missed. Let's turn this off for a moment. What I can do is pick you up, just sit you down, grab you, position you like this. I thought I had a straight pipe here. Alright, where's my money? It's in the cart, isn't it? Alright. So I can go ahead and grab a pipe so I can put the two machines right next to each other. I'm not still going to be in a good position for feeding one into the other without conveyor belts, but by putting them directly next to each other, it's going to make my life a lot easier.
Those Panclang brothers are a bit podgy. won't find better prices than these.
Okay. Because then I just had to pick it up, look left, pick it up, look left, pick it up, look left. Are you dig a hole? Yeah, I debated doing that. I don't want to. Like, don't get me wrong, it is a good idea. I can do better than this. Alright. Grab you, drop you, grab you, put you up here. Grab you, drop you, grab you, drop you, grab you, drop you, grab you, put you here, facing. How do I... I'm missing an axis. There it is. Do this. We already have to dig. So it's not going to be directly feeding one machine to the next. I just really don't want to take the time to set that kind of thing up. But if I set this up, it'll work out way better later. Oh, I wonder if it'll let me put it down that far. It does. That's fair enough for me. Ah, it's fine. We'll just put it on the other side. Because that's solid ground I can't dig into, it wasn't letting me do it. Let's see. Or you could check some tea drinker bounty for some tips. Some tea drinker bounty? I don't know what that is. Okay. Alright, so let's go over here real fast. They've got you. We've got you. Let's see if it'll let me just sink it in the ground and still place it. Cool. Alright, well that's a curious thing. What happens if I feed that now? I probably shouldn't, but you know. It was mostly the positioning of everything. Okay, so it does appear on the surface. I think those combine if they pile... Yeah, they'll combine if they pile on top of each other. That's not where I want that, actually. Basically trying to make it just big enough I can put one of the buckets in there. Because later on we'll get conveyor belts to do all this. Hey now. I see you. We'll just do that while we wait. I got a bunch of ore there, don't I? Totally forgot about you. Well, for the moment... what? Clearly some of the dirt bounced enough that it went in there. Well, that was smooth of me. Okay, so let that go for a minute. I'm thinking putting a little spot right over here. Just for now. Just to shield it from the dirt going in there. Let's grab that big chunk. Honestly, it might even be worth it here. This will probably help. Okay. And then what the plan would be next here is that we would set up a conveyor belt to feed from this machine to that one. When that happens, I might want to reorient my dirt. Let's see, you can merge dirt into one clump. Yeah, now if it falls on top of it, it will merge. This doesn't always seem to do it consistently. You saw that one worked. That's what I'm trying to make happen here. Alright. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that to run for a minute. So, if I were to do the conveyor belts, how would I rearrange this? If we did the conveyor belts, I'd probably want to shift this one to the right. I'd put 1, 2, well, it'd be 1, 2, 3 conveyor belts. Should be all I need to get that first phase. Because it'd be right, and then that, like, right up angle, then that way. Should be plenty. So 3 conveyor belts. So while we let that do its thing, let's go check the prices on those conveyor belts. I want to say they're 100 something each. With certain ones going up to 200. Because we'll let that run and produce us some money. Get our price. So I know what my goal is. That way, when it comes down to it, I know not to bother until I have enough money. And then plus, we're kind of waiting anyways. Because then once we automate that, the next step of automation would be to do the sorters, of which then I could put a gold sorter, an iron sorter, and an everything else sorter. And that should cover most of my needs. And then it's a matter of trying to get enough supplies to be able to produce what we're looking for. Okay, so conveyor belts I believe are this shop. So 220. So 440. Alright, so 440 for the flat ones, plus the 300. So it's gonna basically be like 800 bucks. You know, plus a handful of pipes that I'll probably have to buy. But once you get that automated, it's one of those things that, like, you could, in theory, just literally AFK and leave the game running all night, and then sell the results, and, I mean, not literally all night, but you get the idea. You have a passive income, the money will continue to come, and that's a matter of scaling up after that. You know, producing more drills, producing more of the things that will process the materials, all that kind of nonsense. Future Strider's gonna hate present Strider. Yep, it happens. Yeah, because once I'm doing that as well, and I'm automatically feeding, I don't have to manually do this at all. At least we've got, like, manually feeding this thing to not be that big a deal anymore. Well, it's time to repair things. Let's go ahead and cut off the power. Alright, and this is always the tricky part. Okay, so iron will go in there. Gold will go in here. Let's see, what if you just want to turn the machine so it fits straight into the other one? I can do that with 2 elbows. That's actually, you're right, that's a much better design. Okay. So first, we deal with this. Oh, it tipped over. Of course it did. Because I'm still going to need money for that, and it's time to get our payout from what we've been doing here. So iron, iron, iron. Let's try not to pick it up, but it's too late now. Gold. Gold. Again, I don't want to pick it up. Iron. Move this to the other side of that, so I don't have to turn as much. Gold. Gold. Yeah, even then, it's also much cheaper parts. I'm having that moment, like, did I just put an iron in there? If it is, it's dead to me. Keep getting our gems. Because it'd be good if I could do that, and then the next after that is the sorters. Because getting sorters would save me this part. Drop those up there with the others. Because yeah, if I get, it'll take a couple of sorters, but each time I do a sorter, that's still that much more I don't have to do. So like getting the first sorter to be gold means all the gold's out of the way. Second sorter being iron will help that. I think there's one other of the multiple ores in this area. We might get lucky with all this, because we've got a pretty good amount of gold and iron here. It might end up being enough that I can get at least a sorter. Because this is the most cut gems we've got so far. The downside is I gotta spend money on that repair kit. And sadly, the repair kits are not infinite use. I'll say the cheap ones are, I think, 1 use, and then the nicer ones you get, I think, 4 uses out of. There's one reason it's a good thing that they do make it so you can't just upscale immediately. Alright, and the rest of all that's gems. Okay. Oh, 1 in 10 uses? Okay. I couldn't remember the number of uses the better one was. It was still worth getting the better one. Looks like it doesn't take long to get some basic automation going. I was afraid we were going to be digging manually for days. Yeah, a good balanced automation game, they make you deal with the manual part just long enough for it to start being annoying, and then let you start automating stuff away. Now, part of it is me having, you know, knowledge about what I need to set up certain things and that kind of stuff. I imagine for a new player, there'd be a little bit more pain points to it, but I don't think it'd be that bad. Starts melting crystals in the bars. I mean, I'm down to do it just so I don't have a big stack of crystals. I just... The idea of making these into bars wasn't something I was familiar with before. I mean, I don't know how long it's been a thing. Get your crucibles in your hands? Yup. And the bar directly out of the thing. Like, no cooling. We didn't wet it or something. Just grab the just slightly less than molten bar in our hands and go walk off with it. Yeah, and the fact that you could remelt it makes sense. I never tried because I never had a reason. And then I know you can get like a saw to cut bars and like cut them down later. I guess I never tried because mentally, I don't think of most crystals as being a thing you can melt. Not that there isn't any. Okay, so if I were to move this machine facing that way, I need to rotate that. I have 1 elbow, so I need 1 more elbow there. And actually just go ahead and plunk that in place. Alright, so that's what we got for money. Let's grab this cart. So I need an elbow. I need a repair kit. What else should I get? If I can get a sorter, I'll want a sorter to be able to hook it up. Because even if I have just one sorter, I can sit there and say, take out all the gold. And then, you know, little by little... Oh, wait, that's fine. We'll run this up the hill. We'll come back. I can, you know, run everything through. You know, run everything through, get all the gold out. And everything that wasn't gold, I could just switch, you know, like, move the thing out, put a new bucket in, switch it to the next thing. You get the idea. Yes. Money. It might be better to get a big repair kit. More bang for buck. Oh yeah, that was the plan anyways. If I could afford it, just getting a big repair kit. Because I remember getting the one-time use repair kit and being pretty salty about it. That was like, really? I spent, you know, it's like 100 something or whatever it was. I don't remember. Whatever the amount was, getting in and just using it one time, be like, that's it? I spent all that money for that?
Bridgeport has a lot more items to purchase you can't find anywhere else.
Okay, it's not as bad as I remember. Okay. I'm gonna be buying stuff for you, so I'll put that in this area.
Huh?
Okay, so I need an elbow.
Huh?
We can grab a sorter. Okay, if I get the sorter, I need to think how I'm going to hook that up. That's no matter what, it's going to require an extra T to give myself another output. It's probably going to require 2 elbows to lower it down to a reasonable height.
Huh?
Is there the build hammer? Where's the build hammer? You can start locking stuff in place when... Yeah, let's get that, so we can lock stuff in place so it's not constantly a nuisance. I don't think I'll worry about the rest right now. We'll start with that. And spin back by getting later, wherever we need. Let's see. That's up to you, Strider. I think you already know the answer about what you're going to do with it, and you're just, you know, mentioning it here to try and do the whole mod thing, thinking it'll annoy me or whatever. But nah, it's your playthrough. There's exactly one person who's going to have to deal with the choices. I mean, it sounds fine to me. There you go. I prefer my stuff to obey the laws of physics. Oh, I already had no, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about, so... Alright, we've repaired that.
Huh?
Cool. Lock some of the stuff in place. Gonna leave that one because that's probably gonna be where I put the T. So basically I'm locking it in, and then if I wanted to, I can unlock it by hitting again, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so it's right click. So now if I'm running around like hitting buttons, I can't like accidentally pick stuff up. Okay, so we've got all that set up. Let's grab that pipe out. There we go. Now grab you. Actually, be even smarter about this. I could say pipes. So drop you, put the straight back in there. Grab my hammer. Lock you in, knock you out. Lock you in. Where's that sorter go? I did buy the sorter, right? Did I just not pick it up and walk away? Okay, that's fair. All right. And now I grab you. Put some dirt there. Okay, so one of you is going to go over here. It's too high.
Huh? 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 Huh?
Like later on, I'll put a funnel. We'll try. Can I nug you down? That's more than I wanted, but that's okay. We can work with this.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
That might pass. If you turn the T, you can put on even ground. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I don't know. That seems way less awful to deal with. Not sure how I feel about it not being terrible.
Huh?
That should be pretty good. Perfect. And it goes not a whole lot. So we've got all that locked in. That'll be good there. This should feed directly into that, and that just spits into the hole. Grab you. And you can just go right into that hole. Perfect. Right in one. And let's see if this mayhem works. So start this out by putting gold on that pad there. And what that does is that tells me I want to filter anything I dump in here. That is actually horrifically badly placed. I want to filter whatever I put in here for gold. And everything else, I can't remember exact. I think it. Oh my god, please. It's fine. It'll pile up on the ground there. It's okay. Oh, you're not turned on. There you go. I was like, you don't seem to be making that much noise. Okay. Meanwhile, while that's running, there isn't a whole lot for me to do with that. Oh, right. I forgot. The map in this game is weird in that, you know, it's not like a map. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. There should be a map around here there it is. This is the map. It is a physical object you hold in your hands. So I want to look at, I believe, it's not Iron Nil. Is it Iron Helm? I think it's Iron Helm. Okay. So while we wait, the next thing is to put the sword in the crusher. For the miners, yeah. Because, well, it's not just putting the sorter underneath here. I mean, yes. Because I think if everything lands on top of this, it'll just pile them up. I'm trying to remember the rules of the sorter. Oh, right, it has 2 outs. That's right. So what I would do here is I would get the sorter under here. And then if it's gold, it spits out this way. If not, it spits out that way. You get to the next sorter if it's iron, if it's whatever, all that kind of stuff. I hadn't planned on digging down as much for that, but it's fine. But we are going to start needing other stuff for automation. Yeah, how much money am I down to? It's very little, right? And actually, how easy would it be for me to add another one on this process? If I make that a T, I'd literally just take it straight across, right? Because you're the same height. Yeah, so, in the meantime, while we wait, we can go ahead and dig. Where's my shovel? I remember after a while, the last time I played, I started actually getting, like, organized and be like, this is the big mound of parts, this is where I put my tools, that kind of thing. So, the idea would be the sorter would go... Yeah, I can put the sorter there. Making room for all the pipe. And I know I don't need to make quite as much room as I'm making, but it's fine. Okay, so one exits straight out from where the pipe connects, the other one's that way. So if the pipe connected here from this side, that'd be a problem because one of the exits would lead into the machine itself. So I'm gonna need to go below that and this way. So one out's this way, the other out's that way. So that means I'd put my T here and then route it down and across. Alright, so I gotta dig deeper. And I believe there's a pickaxe that's specifically made for this kind of thing. But I don't own it yet, so I'm not even gonna think about it. And I'm not worried about digging out too much. Because, like, I'm going to put more of these things in here, and I'm probably going to want to dig down here. And eventually I want to bring those automation deeper to get more valuable material. And for right now, I'll leave the machine running, but when it comes time to actually have to hook it up, I'm going to have to move stuff around, and that's when we'll turn it all off. Okay. You're digging a automation hole? Yep. Okay. Alright, so what'll have to happen here is we're gonna cut this off for a moment. I need to go here and I need to go bonk. Get that out of here. Grab you. Get you out of here. Grab you. Got you. Alright, so got that side of it mostly set up. Grab this so we don't spill it everywhere. There's the pipe. Okay, so what we do from here is I need to grab my hammer again. Might have to grab another elbow. So take that up, drop you, grab you, move you, drop you.
Huh?
Alright, so I haven't cleaned out enough of it yet. Actually, I think would have just raided the pipe up one level and dig it all out. Raided the pipe up one level. Raided the pipe up one level. Raised the pipe up one level. Oh, like the whole thing just gone like that? Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Then I'd have to adjust all of this, though, because right now this is on ground. This can't go up one. And if I raise that up one, then it won't drop in. To raise it up, I probably need a conveyor belt. Realistically. Which is stuff we'll do later. Like, later on, I'll probably have a bunch of these machines with conveyor belts just dumping out onto it, and they'll gradually go onto these as well. To try and improve the efficiency of a lot of it. Okay. It's a shame I can't run that pipe up higher. Yeah, no, it literally is just one block up is where that is, so yeah, I can't run it higher than that. Alright, so that's all set up there, but the problem we have with this right now... It's just, do I have another elbow? I probably do, right? Yeah, I got two more. Okay, so the problem I have right now is that just going to spit out in either place. It's not going to get very far. How much is the pickaxe? Let's grab her 150 and see if I can get the pickaxe. Because the pickaxe, I don't have to like dig the dirt up and move it, dig it up, move it, dig it up and move it. I believe you just pull it up and it's just gone. Alright, pickaxe me. Okay. Let's see, not me coming back home to realize I left my PC with your stream on. Worth it? All good. Appreciated. This is Hydroneer. It is an automation game about like gold panning and that kind of thing. So I am setting up the automation. I don't... Something... Oh, there's a couple pieces of dirt there that I missed. That's fine. Well, that sucks. So the problem we have right now, and the reason I'm saying that sucks, is I'm not going to be able to put anything to catch anything there, because this is unminable dirt on that side. So this side's fine. I can put something here to catch stuff, but that's just going to all roll down the hill, best case scenario. So I think I'm going to do instead with that, is we have to, like, really finagle that pipe. You can turn the thing? Right, but to turn the thing, I need more pipe. So what I can do... Yeah, I can make this work. Where is... Like Hydroneer? Sort of. I can say it's not too far off from Hydroneer. So what we can do here is take all of these up. Here, fine. My plan of what to do is to take this elbow. And put it like that, grab you, and just get you out of the way for the time being. To get you out of the way. Yeah, like Hydroneer, there's a lot more exploration that goes on in this one. Versus this like a fairly small space. Okay, I was really worried it wasn't going to let me build that there. Because now I can go over here. Another game added to the wish list. Yeah, and like it's a really good game. It's got some physics jankiness, as a forewarning, but it's mostly charming. Like it's like the physics being weird kind of jankiness versus, you know, something like busted pathfinding in an RTS or whatever. Yeah, Hydroneer's what I want to go back to. I beat it already in the past. Okay. All right, so we've got that set up. Meanwhile, you know what? I don't actually care. Get. I want to get out of my inventory. All right. Meanwhile, I need to make this easier to get up and down. So let's get you out of the way. So it's still definitely not smooth getting in and out. All right, so that's one of the buckets. We want it to sit around here. I'll probably need the shovel for that one.
Huh?
That'll do. And then the other bucket goes in the other spot, but right now it's full of things. Alright, I don't have enough things to sort this into. Where's my crucible? Where'd my crucible go? There it is. Are you building a forge? I do have the thing that... let me grab my hammer to tap that in. Oh, and the bed. Yeah, so you do have this, which I put my ore inside that. I put on here. And then I have over here the little block thing there for molding by bars. It's Rual Forge. Honestly, it works better than a lot of the jokes that people make. Alright. How do I want to do this? Because I need more pans to deal with this. Part of me is looking at this going, do I just want to sell it as is, which is the mistake. That's losing a lot of money. Alright. Let's do a little science. I'm going to take all of this, drop it in there, put you down here. Where's my shovel? Let's go dink. That should be enough. Okay. So, please don't spill. I do like that stuff glues to the bottom when you put it in there. Let's make sure this works. Alright, so I need to grab this because it still needs to go lower. Alright, now to overwhelm the sorter horrifically. Nope, it's not quite right. Let's not do that yet. As I make sure when we get something that isn't iron in there, that it does go into the bucket. Cool. Alright, now let's completely overwhelm this poor, poor machine. I can't pour this? What do you mean I can't pour this? No, that's gonna be... Alright. I had a plan, chat. You know what? Here's the new plan. Why can I not pour this? You usually can pour all these things. That's super upsetting. Because my plan had been, put it all in the crucible, and then so I don't have to sort it, just dump it all into that. No, there's nothing melted in here. We could try walking over the mold. If there is some melted in there, it should just... Nope. So if I had the $400 magnet thing, I could just do that. And I was trying to think if there's an easy way for me to get, like, grab that out and chuck it in there, but there really isn't. I think, honestly, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do this in the most horrific way possible. Who wants a badly contaminated bar that's gonna delete half the ore? I know I do. Because I'm not sorting this all out. I'm going with the, we're gonna liquefy it all. It'll get badly reduced value. And it'll be fine. Because I remember doing this before where I had both bars in, both ore types in there. But it does massively devalue what you get out of there. Okay. I want to see into the jar. I mean, that's honestly fine. I just didn't want to deal with sorting it, but I didn't want to delete all of the value out of it. We are having some bounce. We can fix that. We can just go dink. And I know there is a funnel, and I'll end up buying it later. But right now, there's a very inexpensive funnel. Yeah, no, I destroyed the gems. Like, it would have taken me 10-15 minutes just to sort through it. So doing it this way, I don't have to sort through it. They're getting all the gold out into one spot by itself. So I think the next buy is going to be the funnel. Because I put the funnel down here, it should make it so not as much bounces out and goes different directions. I think that's a problem. Don't do that. Don't put the iron on the filter pad as well. Alright, so we got our first machine breakdown, so let's go here, grab that. Fix you. That seems like a good place to deal with this. So, because I did it that way, I should now have a pan of nothing but gold. And put that in my crucible. Just grab you real fast. Put that in the crucible. I was debating how I wanted to address it. Alright. So let that warm up. And I'll grab you. And put one iron ore there. And then this is the stuff that's filtered. Okay, and if I dump this, so the shards and the gems will fall in the hole on the side there. Alright, I have to turn that back on, don't I? That's actually kind of a problem. That's interesting. I figured all that being there, it would have just dealt with it. Let's see, your Borzio, how much old today? At 52 pounds, that is a big dog. You think this is a wonky game? It's got some jank. It's a really fun game, though. That said, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, which is totally fine. No game will be. But later I'll get automation so I don't have to do this kind of thing real fast. Because like right now where I'm doing these buckets, later on I'll actually have a thing they directly fall into that I can just pull a lever and it drops a bar out. Let's turn that off. It's not doing anything right now. Grab you because you're definitely melted. Okay. Alright, so we've got this now. It's going to have a lot of gems in it. And a bunch of shards and our stuff. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go like this. Alright. I'm gonna put that all back in position so that while I run around and grab stuff, it can be running. So grab you. And for a moment, drop you up here. Probably fine. Let's see. There is gems next to the shovel. Gems next to... Oh, right! Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So let's see the kind of money that gets us to decide what we're getting next. So some of the choices are, one is to... Oh, wait. We should run this while I'm not here. So it's making us money passively. Well, making us the things to make money passively. And turn that back on. Cool. It's not sorted? You are correct. And good. So some of the choices I have is one, I can spend the money, well, spend money towards getting more sorters set up so that like it drops in the iron, like if an iron goes in the first one, like the gold will get sorted out to one place, that gets to where I can smelt it. The iron would go to the next one, which would go to a sorter, that would then, you know, sort out the iron, everything else would go to last place. It'll be so little about that, so I shouldn't have to worry too much.
But you need a keen eye to value it rightly.
I should also get myself another bucket for shipping this kind of stuff, so I'm not accidentally doing that. But as you can see, the amount of money I'm making per visit is going up tremendously. As with the automation, like right now it's getting more ore and all that for me. Oh my god, please. Alright. It's almost 1,200. Okay. Please don't directly tell me what to do. But yeah, no, I'm aware you can craft stuff with the like, I'm aware you can craft stuff to get more money per unit and all that, and that the anvil is a choice.
Huh?
Oh, stop it. Alright. Yep. Now I gotcha. Alright. So at almost 1,200. What I'd really like to do is automate this better. So I don't have to do this kind of stuff. Like, why are you here? You shouldn't be here. Yeah, they're bouncing. They're bouncing a little too hard, so they're popping back out. That was absolutely the wrong button. Okay, we've made that considerably worse. So what we'll want to do here is get ourselves some funnels. There we go. Alright, so what we'll want to do is if I get a funnel and I put it up here, I don't have to deal with this dirt thing, and it'll way more reliably drop it down in those. So one funnel is definitely one thing we want. Case in point right there, where it hucked that around the long way. Alright, so we definitely need a funnel. I'm again, case in point. Because now it's filtering for both iron and gold. Okay, so funnels first. And as far as what else we put there, we'll have to see. Yeah, funnel, bucket. That's nowhere to go. Across the bridge and then I take a right. Yeah, so I don't remember if I get a bucket over here. I know I can get a bucket by the base, but this is the way where I go to get a funnel. Well, the anvil was mentioned, and I know I can get more money doing that. I'd rather get the automation at a better place. I understand the anvil does let me get more value, but then I have to, like, figure out the recipes and all that of, like, you know, putting 2 iron bars in a ruby gem or whatever. I can't remember how the crafting works in this. Okay. Alright, so let's see. So I don't care about the pressure gauge right now. I don't care about that. Conveyor belts and sort, maybe? So here's one thing I could do. Ooh, you're more than I thought you were. So there's the funnel. I'm actually going to go ahead and get 3 of these. Am I going to get 3 of these? I don't know what the common does compared to the others. A bunch of good tools here. We have scales I don't care about. So the funnel is definitely happening. So I was debating getting 2 other funnels or below the sorter. I don't think I want to do that. I think we'll instead get the conveyors. So let's grab the funnel because we already know we're doing that. Magnet stick. I am debating that. But so far, most of the time, I haven't had too much of a problem of stuff getting free. Eventually, that will be a problem, and I'll want the magnet stick. But so far, it's been okay. So this funnel will help with a lot of the other mess we get. Okay. If I recall correctly, a splitter conveyor left. Hooks up onto the pipes and moves resources. Higher water pressure increases the belt speed. Place resource.
You won't find better prices than these.
There's a gem polisher. Center thing on the belt. That is the sort of thing I meant? Yeah, I was trying to remember how this works. Because that to me doesn't seem like it's the filter one. I know there is a filter belt. You put what you want sorted away on the top. Oh, wait, up here. Okay. Yeah, that might be a much better option in what we're doing right now. Because instead of having the manual sorter, I could put this on there. You take the gold bars, it kind of shoves them to the side. So for that, I would need the splitter. And I'd need a straight belt as well. Because the straight belt would feed into the splitter would shove the stuff off one side. And we would want... I don't think I have enough for that. I'd want the thing that centers stuff. Yeah, I can't afford you. Save the rest for buying the pipes I need to hook that up. Because we are going to need pipes to hook it up, and I'll have to see what we've got there to figure out how to hook it up. And eventually, I'll want the vertical conveyors. So that way I'm not continuing to go like down in elevation each and every time I add a phase to the automation. Because then we can have like continue to like raise things higher and higher and higher and that kind of thing. Oh yeah, the conveyor belts work in good place. Like that I've used the conveyor belts before. That's fine. All right. Okay. So first things first, we have gone completely contaminated. Trying to fish it out. You can see there's at least two more. There we go. There's still more in there, and I know it. Okay. That looks good. Alright. So what's going to end up happening here is first let's grab the funnel. Cool, so that should stop them from, like, scattering everywhere now. That's one good news. Then what would happen is we would put the regular conveyor belt underneath there. Like, where that sorter is, just get rid of the sorter entirely. Put the regular conveyor belt there. And then you... would go here facing right, so you'd push the ore up.
Huh? Huh?
Oh, I guess we have to already have the pipe lined up? Okay. Alright. That's gonna be something I have to do more before I'm ready to take that on. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to split off this pipe, go underneath and over. That gives me this for a conveyor belt, that one with the pusher, and I think I'm going to do an up ramp off of that. And with that up ramp, what we'll end up doing... That's fine, so turn this off. I'm kind of going by the idea that once something breaks, that's when we take the time to deal with this. So it was what, 1,400 I think for the... I see you, iron. I think that's the very last one there. Wait, so it is 4 fixes? They should hook it... So wait, is it 4 fixes? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, the repair kit? I think it was 5. Oh my god, please. There you go. Oh, right, I was gonna get the extra pan. Alright, hang on just a moment. Before I start fighting with this for the next 10 minutes, trying to get it all sorted out, let me just go over here, grab this money, get an extra pan. That way I can separate all the gems out
Goods if you got the cash.
and not have to deal with it. Because that costs almost nothing anyway, so who cares? Alright. You also grab the repair kit before I forget. Because one of the last things I want to do is accidentally not have enough money for the repair kit.
The deeper you dig, the better the resources.
Yeah, it's totally in there. It's fine. Sorry.
Get this here drilled down low for the good stuff.
Okay. I was about to say, it's like, is that sticking to the side of it? It's fine. Alright, so we can go ahead and grab this. We can use this over here for dealing with the iron. We'll grab a repair kit. And later on, you can make the repair kits, if I remember correctly. Alright, so we'll sit that down. Okay, so now I can go here. Alright, so... Purchase only toolboxes? Why not use the sorter? That's what I was just thinking about, how I could set this up to use the sorter real fast. So that's the mixed bucket, and that's the straight up iron bucket. Please. Nope, purchase only? I mean, at least they're not too expensive. I don't know where that really got off to. Put you aside for now. Alright, one thing we can do is... Actually, not even that. Since I have the funnel now, I don't need to have the dirt funnel we made.
Huh? Huh?
Okay, good enough. Alright, so with this, turn that off. Turn you on. Grab the filtered bucket. That's just iron. And then grab the mixed bucket. Turn it off. And the conveyor belt will help out with this as well. So we have less just scattered ore getting everywhere. It's fine. It's not too big a deal. It'll be better on when we get the magnet stick. Not really what I wanted to do. The only reason I wouldn't get it right now is as close as these are to each other. If I try and use the magnet stick, it'll be really hard to keep them separated. I found the magnet stick was really good for when you're running a bunch of automation and you had a bunch of, like, just random ore getting free from the belts and all that piling up at the bottom. You could use it to pull the whole swarm of it up and then just drop it in on one of your filters or whatever. The last time I played that, I ended up using that thing a lot trying to work around with some really messy automation that's just dumping ore all over the place constantly. That's one of the reasons one of the things I want to get is the thing that centers the ore on the belts right away. Because it should solve most of that problem. That's helpful. Please just sit flat. Alright, almost done. There's probably like 4 or 5 left. I am wrong. It is getting smaller and smaller. I'm seeing less. Yeah, there we go. So it's like 7 left. Cool. So I grab you. And now as I go to the crucible and I just mess up my alignment and just dump the whole thing on the ground. And I have to pick it all up by hand again. That does happen. Okay, and spill that there. And later on, I'll automate the polishing the stones as well. Okay. Cool. And I deliberately left that one piece of gold ore for filtering later. Alright, so let's sell our big old pile of this.
Those Panclan brothers are big budget.
And it'll be time to set up the next thing. Do with an iron ore too? Yep, that's fine.
The shinier it is, the more I'll pay for it.
I don't suppose you can grab me this.
No, I'm not talking to you right now. The factory must grow. Once I start producing a bunch of stuff, then we'll start talking. Because I remember almost all the things, like the rewards you got from these guys were super just underwhelming for the effort that went into them. It's fine, whatever. Okay. So let's see here real fast. If I want to set up... Where's my hammer? Helps if you actually clean up your tools, by the way. Where is my hammer? There you are. Tap you in place. Untap you. Drop this. Grab you. Put you up here. Perfect. Exactly how it should be. We have a bunch of random ore down here, so let's grab a pan for dealing with that. Okay, so that stays there, but what is going to change is we're going to go down here. They're going into standby mode. Understood. You have yourself a good lurk, and thank you for lurking. Alright, so we've got that. So the interesting thing is it won't let me position that. Now I can't remember... I remember running into a problem last time where it was like... whether it was the ore had... or the pipe had to just go through it, or how that went. Let's try through it. So let's grab the cart. We need some more pipe. I think you need the funnel out of the way. No, it's... I mean, that might also be a thing, but you can't put conveyor belts unless you already have the pipe to put them on. I don't know why that's the way, but that I remember running into that last time. So I can go here. So I can put stuff directly on the cart. Let's grab our first cork. Alright. We'll go ahead and race down here and see what we can get set up next. Alright, so let's grab one of these for our science and do that. Now let's shove the cork in so it doesn't leak. Alright. And I believe I'll be able to put this down here. Okay, so now in theory, that should work. I don't remember if that's turned on or off. Okay, so it's all working. Alright, so now with that, we go to the next spot, just start chipping away. All right, I have to grab you. Oh, please. And that's for gold. I'm doing good. There, I was being worried about not having put down. Alright. Just clearing out a whole bunch of dirt real fast. And we'll grab another piece of pipe. May I make a suggestion? Sure. Alright, so what the plan is, I think I'm going to do next with this. Put 1 to 2 more normal conveyors before splitting so you can center the ore in the gem cut auto. Then gem cut? Yeah, so I was actually debating the splitter thing as well. I just wasn't sure where I was going to put it. But yeah, you're not wrong. I should just go like this. I'm not worried about the gem cutting quite yet. I don't think I'm actually ready for that. But my plan was to put a second splitter after this for the iron, and then have a conveyor ramp up on that side, and then put one of the what's the word for it? It's like the forge things. I don't have the money for it yet, but that'd be the next move, is to do the forge thing that it goes up, it drops into like the forge, you know, ramp up, goes in the forge, smelter. Thank you. So it goes up, drops in the smelter, we pull the lever, and we get a bar. And so I can just run forever. But in the short term, I'm looking to get the iron and the gold separated out to get those working consistently. Okay, cool. So I need another one of the sorter conveyors, and I need 2 up angle conveyors. Let's go get those. Now, downside is, and what I might need to do, okay, 2 funnels, 2 up conveyors, and then the sorter conveyor. That'll be our purchase for today, if I can afford it. I don't think I can. Get the up conveyors later. Then how am I going to? Like, I'm trying to get it so that I can just dump all of the dump all of the ore easily into something that, even if it's not the smelter itself, something I could easily just pick it up, drop it in the smelter. I was helping him along his way. He was taking too long. Okay, so I have 1,060. Let's actually take it and see what the prices are. That's housing. I need to be on this side.
Take a look at my goods.
So that's 300. I don't remember if we got a right or a left splitter. And we can grab that. That's 400. Did we get a right or a left?
You won't find better prices than these.
Does anyone remember if we got the right or the left? Does it matter? I mean, I guess it doesn't, because I could turn the whole thing around. but I think we got left. Yeah, you're right. I could just turn it like 180 degrees around, and that's totally fine. That's the one we had earlier. Let's put that back up on the shelf for you, buddy. Merge hook. Hooks onto a conveyor belt, allows you to create junctions. Okay. Alright, so that is already, where you go, 994. Okay, so we're going to be buying nothing more than that, because I don't have more than that, I don't think.
Hey there.
Yep, that's
Take a look at my goods.
what I've got for us. I can't buy more now, we are spent. I know everyone's saying I need a regular belt. I don't have enough for a regular belt. I've got the thing to center stuff. I've got the other one to knock the ore off to the side so I can get both the iron and that pushed off to the side. And then what I could do is on the other side where it's pushed off to, I could try and put the buckets. You won't be able to use the center one yet. What do you... No, I gave myself a whole extra section. Like, it's not going to center on the sorted part, and I get that. I understand that. I'm going to center it going into the system. I understand it's not going to apply to the ones we filter off, but it will apply to the gems, and it will apply to the shards. I gotta deal with the fact that I don't got a whole lot of money. So things aren't going to be right. They're going to be acceptable at best. Actually, it is good that I got it right, because if I had that wrong, we would have a problem. Does it work under the funnel? I mean, it would... No, I'm gonna... Oh, I see why you kept mentioning the conveyor. I understand now why everyone was going about that. It doesn't matter, I didn't have the money for it anyways. Yep, nope, I thought I already had another conveyor though. That's not what I wanted. So it's not gonna be great, but it'll start getting that sorted out. Alright, in the meantime, so this one is going to be where the iron goes. This isn't going to work great for the record. There's going to be lots of problems with this. My hope here real fast, just going to knock this down a little bit. That also sucks because that means that extra pipe is in the way. So for right now...
Huh?
Okay, so the idea is going to be straightforward. I'm going to need all three of these. Because we have one here for gold, one there for the iron, and then one there for whatever else the heck, so I can just drop that in there. It's fine. Where's my last one? Is it on the back of the truck? No, it's over there. I see it. So, what I'm going to try to do, and I don't have the highest confidence in this working at all well, This is gonna work horribly. So I should be buying the magnet thing next. Just going on a hunch here, I'm probably really gonna want the magnet thing next. Very specifically, the magnet thing seems like my next move. Because this is about to be a hot mess is what this is about to be. I don't think they come off that conveyor belt going very fast though, which is good news for us. Now, if I get funnels, that'd be another option. I think that's actually what we're going to do. The funnels will be cheaper. So I think we're going to do here. That's a problem. Well, that's all messed up. I just need to go this to work for a little while. Oh, please, just let me drop it. Okay. That's not what I want. Huh? Trying to make like a dirt ramp so if it spills off the edge, it is somewhat corralled in there. I don't need this to work great. I'm just trying to make it not a complete and utter disaster in how it goes. We'll try that. I expect to have a lot of stuff get away from this, by the way. Alright, do I think it's going to work well? No. No, I do not. Do I think it's what we're going with? Yes. Yes, I do. Alright, and begin the mayhem. Oh, that actually works way better than I thought it would. I didn't realize it was going to mostly center it as is. Okay. Yeah, so I don't actually... So I thought what was going to end up happening is it would pull over to this side as soon as it found a spot in the belt to do so. What? What? Why did you... What? Why are you... Okay. And little by little, a little more automation. Like, honestly, I was like, oh, I'm gonna need a funnel. I don't even think I need a funnel for this. I think literally I could put a smelter here and here, and that'll just work. Because like I said, it's staying mostly centered. This is where you sit back, crack open a cold beer, and admire your handiwork? Absolutely. If this is real life, you know, our poor character's been sitting here busting their butt for like 3 in real life days, digging a giant hole, you know, wiring up all this all this plumbing and all that, getting it all lined up and working. This is where you're just like, okay. And this is perfect, because I'm going to angle that so you can see what's happening here. And then I'll get you a shout out. Hey, Red Hawk Black Sheep, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What were you playing today? Let's see, because I'm trying to avoid all tabbing so the sound doesn't kick off. But for those who don't know Red Hawk Black Sheep, good times over there. Were you playing... I know you played, was it Project Zombie or something else you were playing recently? I'm blanking on what it was. Yeah, so what were you playing today, and how did your stream go? Chat, the temperature is almost bearable. For those who didn't know, my AC was not working earlier today. Oh, just randomly, like, I saw that my brother and my wife had been chatting, and he was like, is the AC over there not working? I'm like, how did he know? He apparently saw the stream title and asked about it. But yeah, no, it's just the, just our AC line is clogged. It's the thing that happens when you live in warm, humid places. It basically, unfortunately, on the end where the water drains outside, you get mildew over there, and eventually it clogs up the drain line. You do stuff like put vinegar or bleach or whatever through it to kill it, and it makes it a lot easier, but yeah. Looks like Divinity Original Sin 2? Nice! It's an excellent game. I understand if you had to raid and run, like, no big deals if that's happened. I've definitely had my fair shares of times. Alright, so this is definitely not perfect. This is a very scuffed setup we're trying to make work because I am broke in the game. Let's grab you, because we can make this work a little better. Because you have actual funnels, and then you've got hucking a bunch of dirt in the way to act as a funnel.
Huh?
Bought your first AC last week, changed my life. Yeah, I live in Florida. A lot of times they'll put your house as not fit for human habitation if you don't have an AC. Because it's just so hot, it is actually not safe for human habitation without an AC. And I know I just buried an ore, I'm not actually that worried about it. We're going to lose a lot of individual ore pieces over time. I'm going to actually take 2 seconds. I haven't taken a break at all this stream yet. So while we watch the automation do the automation things for a minute, I'm going to quickly use the restroom, stretch my legs for just a minute, and I will be back in a moment. And then I'll explain how this thing works for people popping in who haven't seen this game before. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, chat, and I am back. Let's see, can you convert the F for Americans? Oh, I'm sorry, you're asking about something in chat. It's like, wait, there's a temperature in this game? Why did they add temperatures in this game? Yeah, no, I noticed. I tried to make it better, but it is what it is. I'm gonna quickly... And yes, I know I have a bunch buried there that I'll want to dig out. But I can worry about that on the other side. So at least while this runs, we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do, though, is we're going to end up taking a little bit of a break because I need to make my food happen and all that kind of stuff. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave this running, but I am going to have words on stream playing over top of it. Which actually shouldn't matter that much because the machinery is going to break. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. Because I'm like, oh, what's going to happen is that filter is going to break. And then the whole thing's going to shut down anyways. So there's not a whole lot of reason to like leave this running the whole time. But if you bear with me, I'm going to stop the recording from the YouTube side of it.